In this world, is the destiny of mankind controlled by some transcendental entity or law? Is it like the hand of God hovering above? At least it is true that man has no control, even over his own will.
もがく者、奴の通りし足跡か。どうやら未だ強運には見放されてはいないようだが、しかしこの道は人の身で行くにはあまりにも過酷な夜の道。人として歩み続けることができるか、それとも。
Yeah, they're not gonna show it. That's a shame. What a shame. What happens in the comic in Volume 2? Oh, the Black Swordsman's arc's already over, ain't it? Ah, fuck you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not even 5. 4 levels. That's all you get, Black Swordsman arc. What a bunch of bullshit.
ベヘリットって天使を呼び出す魔法の石で、天使は力と引き換えに生贄を要求してくるんでしょ。じゃああの人たちはみんな一番大切なものを生贄にしてきたのかな。それってなんか悲しいね。
くっそ、体がガタガタだぜ。おいバック、鱗粉よこせ。
I can use some fairy dust. Fuck you, Buck. Again, they're cutting the Lost Child arc too! Man! Okay, I'm gonna take a second here. So what happens in the comic is, he kills that apostle, or he cuts off his head, or he beats the shit out of him. And then the apostle manages to summon the God Hand with the Balet. And again, during that whole battle, his daughter was there running around being like, So he summons the God Hand. And they appear in an Escher painting. Because I guess the different God Hand, I guess the different Balets like summon different versions of hell. Instead of like the big faces made of faces version that we saw during the eclipse, which was like the super hardcore version. I guess the lesser Balets just summoned an Escher painting. And all 5 of the God Hand are there, including Femto. And Guts is like, Griffith! And Femto's like, eh. And I get why they cut that in this, because, again, that was before the Golden Age existed, and it's kind of weird in retrospect, their interactions during that. But basically what happens is, like, the apostle was like, hey, save me. And they're like, nah, you can make another sacrifice though, and we'll give you some more power. And he's like, I sacrificed the Black Swordsman. They're like, no, you gotta sacrifice someone you love. You know how this goes. And his daughter's right there. So they're like, sacrifice your daughter, and we'll give you even more power. And he's like, and he can't do it, and he gets dragged down to hell. And Guts is like, Griffith! And Femto's like, eh. And then that kind of just ends. And again, it doesn't really make sense in retrospect. But then, now Guts has the Balet. He has the Count's Balet, and he just carries it around with him from now on. And then, they're cutting this entire arc, which is unfortunate to me. Like, they're cutting straight to Farnese and the Holy Iron Knights. I mean, I guess it's impressive that they adapted Volume 1 and 2. But you could have kept going with the Black Swordsman arc and done the Lost Child arc. Like, they did 4 levels that are technically the Black Swordsman arc. You could have done 1 more and fight the Moth Girl. That would have been a fun level. You could have just have 1 level where you're fighting the Moth Girl. That would have been fun. There's this whole little mini arc where Guts, like, saves this girl and takes her back to her village. and they're being harassed by fairies, and they hate Puck, and Puck's like, oh, come on, man. And it turns out it's this girl who was from that village who had an abusive dad, and she was the child of a soldier from the war, and that her mom had from being raped by the soldier, and so that's why he was abusive toward her. And she found a Bailet and sacrificed her parents and wanted to become a fairy because of some childhood story. And so they turned her into this moth girl. And she would kidnap children from the village and turn them into little pixies. Little pixie bee hornet things. And it's really graphic and a lot of shit happens. A lot of bad things happen. But then Gut shows up, fucking kills a bunch of pixies, and when they die they turn back into little children, and it's really depressing. And then he goes and fights the moth girl, and it's really poorly paced because he fights like these insect dudes first, and it lasts way too long. The fight with the moth girl is pretty fun though, and the moth girl in general is just a really fun character. But anyway, that whole experience introduces him to like while he's off doing that, we cut back and see the Holy Iron Knight Chain Knights, and they're like following his. Their job is to track down the Black Swordsman, and then after he's finished dealing with the Moth Girl, then this happens. Like, that whole arc was kind of just there to justify introducing the existence of the Holy Chain Knights. And you can skip it, I don't begrudge them that, because like, the relevant part of the storyline was, like, that's the only arc you can kind of consider to be filler a little bit, but I don't think so, because I think it's a great little arc. I just like the design of the Moth Girl. I think she looks cool. I might show a picture of her. I think she looks cool. I think the fight with her is pretty fun. I think the story with her is pretty fun. And it does introduce the Holy Iron Chain Knights instead of just having them show up and you're like, oh, these guys exist, I guess. Because otherwise, they just kind of show up and you're like, oh, okay. This group exists, I guess. Whatever. That's my justification for it. It sets up the existence of the Holy Iron Chain Knights instead of just having them show up apropos of nothing. But whatever. Still kudos for adapting Volume 1 and 2, I guess. Still, you could have done one level where you fight the Moth Girl. That would have been fun. He gave 20 arguably 21 levels to the Golden Age. You're gonna have one more for the Black Swordsman arc. Even if technically the wikis all categorize the Lost Child arc as part of the Conviction arc anyway, I consider it to be part of the Black Swordsman arc. And it sets up the Conviction arc, but whatever. The 2016 anime didn't adapt the Lost Child arc either. It's pretty annoying. I just like the Moth Girl. She's a bitch. Like, even just during this level, you could have made an extra level enemy design to be some bugmen, and then have a mini boss fight against a Moth Girl. Just come on. Throw me a fucking bone here, people. A moth bone. Moths are so fucking cool. Have you seen moths? Have you seen anthro moths? Moths are just fucking rad. I don't need your judgments. I just need your moths. Shut the fuck up! Jesus Christ, this strong and cursed spirit. Hey, is it you? If I kill you, we shut the fuck up. Christ, you love the sound of your own voice.
お前の友達みたいになれるかも。
Don't talk to me about Griffith.
理がねえぜ。このままじゃ。ふざけるな。こんなところでこんな雑魚どもに。
Fuck y'all motherfuckers. Piss off. I'm out of here. And again, like, the Black Swordsman arc is 2 years. He's running around. Like, you could say, let's be generous and say he meets Puck at year 1 of being the Black Swordsman. That's still a whole year you could make fan fiction of him being the Black Swordsman bopping around with Puck, looking for apostles and fighting these guys on a nightly basis. I mean, there's so much fanfic potential there. You could have done some more goddamn filler levels. I don't see why, like, okay, let's spend 21 levels with the Golden Age. And then just get it over with the Black Swordsman arc, is almost what it feels like. I don't know. I had such high hopes. I hope at least the Convection arc gets some more levels dedicated to it. I'm gonna have to compare that when I'm finally finished with the game, when I finally beat it. I'm gonna have to go through and see how many levels they dedicated to each arc. I feel like the Falcon of the Millennium Hawk arc should get at least as many levels
いつになったら届く。
as the Golden Age did, considering how fucking long that arc is.
あとどれだけ人どもを切り倒したら、どれだけ闇の中を這い回れば、あいつに。
こら、何やってんだ。目覚ませ。死ぬぞ。バカ、気合い入れろ。
Jackass! Yeah! Yeah!
刺す。さらに絶好調。
Yeah! Puck!
何やってんだ。
Chestnut!
刺す。
Aw, Puck, you're the best! Everyone loves you.
感謝しろ。着付けの一発だ。
Aw, you're the best!
ふざけ。
Appreciate this Puck!
ダグ。てめえがいると力が抜け。
Thank you! Thus is the purpose of Puck's existence.
いるよ。獣が。
Appreciate this Puck. Cherish the Puck.
化け物になるよ。獣。化け物。ふざけんじゃねえ。俺は俺だ。他の何でもありゃしねえ。俺は俺のまま。あいつまでたどり着いてみせる。
How very
俺
zen.
様のおかげだな。俺様のおかげでお前は生き延びることができたな。
Just slap him. Just flick him away. Fuck you, Puck.
ま、確かに。薬箱がみたいなのか。わかった。負けたよ、パック。そこはお前に。
Yeah, see? Immediately, the way he's written is more in line with how he was in the Golden Age, right?
ああ。
言ったよ言った。もう長い付き合いで名前で呼ばれるの初めてだぞ。
Do you see how you could tell how those last couple of levels were from Volume 1 and 2, and now this is clearly after the Golden Age had been written? What a stark contrast.
ついに追い詰めたぞ。黒い剣士。敵、かつ囲まれてるよ。我らは法王。
Yeah. It's everyone's favorite character, Farnese.
剣を捨ておとなしく投降するならばよし。さもなくば我らが神明にかけてその方を捕獲する。
なんでだよ。俺は坊さんにしょっぴかれるような覚えはねえことねえがあんまし。
説得力ゼロ。
Charisma was his dump stat.
貴様の血に染まったその姿は何だ。貴様の通った後に残る屍の山。
Yeah, see, this is why the Lost Child arc was important. Because they see the pile of dead baby children bodies he has left in his wake and go, holy shit,
どうすんの？
that Black Swordsman. He's a bad dude. Yeah, fuck you guys. I'm just gonna kill you. Because I don't give a shit. Look at the contrast between the way between these guys' color scheme and Guts's.
すぐにやったところで変わるね。逃げるか。
Look at the difference between the way Farnese is colored compared to Guts. And her character design with her fucking pigtails and shit. It's so goofy. And it's supposed to be. Obviously, she's intentionally written the way she's written. Ah, ragdolls.
鳥かごめ、動きを止めるんだ。
まずいな。このままやっててもいずれ力尽きる。
Yeah, fuck you guys. This fight happens, but he only kills like 5 dudes, kind of. Farnese! Fuck you, Farnese. You're the worst character.
俺の大切な友達を。
He only kills like 5 dudes, and they're all like, holy shit. Because the Knights of the Holy Iron Chain are like kind of a symbolic order that all of the nobles like bribe in order to get their children as part of it, because they're never really supposed to go into battle, so they don't really have that good training either. The only reason Guts doesn't do better against them is because he's just spent all night fighting fucking dead spirits, and he's still in recovery from fighting the Moth Girl Apostle. See, like Serpico. His name is fucking Serpico! His name is Serpico! Oh god! Oh god, I love it, Serpico! I love you, buddy! Holy shit! Oh my god. Like he said, they're just a symbolic order. None of them have seen combat, none of them have real training. On his best day, Guts would tear through these guys like a fucking meteorite through butter. Not even butter, milk. They're not even butter. They're not even butter. They're not even butter. But again, he's all tired out from fighting the Moth Girl. He still hasn't recovered from that. He hasn't had a good night's sleep in 2 years. Serpico! I love you, Serpico!
よくやった。そのまま押し込め。
Oh, I don't think Anzu... What's his name? Anza? Something like that. I don't think he's gonna get his own character model. That's a bummer. He could have been playable. No, Wild gets to be playable, though. I don't think even Farnese is playable. Which, I mean, makes sense. But... still... Fucking Anza, or whatever his name is, doesn't get to be playable. Farnese isn't playable, but fucking Wild. Let's give him a move list. And make him playable. What a bunch of bullshit. Fuck Wild. But you can see the marked difference in, like, what Berserk is kind of about compared to the Golden Age, right? I mean, after your main character has been through hell on earth, and you introduce characters called the God Hand, obviously you start getting some religious symbolism and overtones thrown in there. So, having a fucking holy order of fucking Templars come in and be a part of the story makes sense, right? I mean, it is a natural evolution of the narrative. You introduce these religious aspects with the God Hand and all that. So now, having that be a central focus of the narrative, like, yeah, that's the next logical step. Still kind of a bummer they didn't do more with the Black Swordsman arc, but whatever. I mean, you could do a whole game that's just the Black Swordsman arc by itself. Or like, you know, fan fiction filler of what could have happened during the Black Swordsman arc.
大深淵に末席を連ねる者の義務として2、3簡単な尋問を取り
Two or three questions.
つくづく神様とかそういうのと相性悪いんだな。
貴様、何を笑うか。神を冒涜するがごとき剣道、二度は許さん。貴様の目的は何だ。ことによっては異端審問にかけることになるぞ。それが嫌なら素直に洗いざらい白状することだ。
あんた、神や悪魔を信じているのか。会ったことはあるのか。
See, it makes sense. You have a character
たやすくその奇跡をこの地上にお示しにはならない。
who has seen the true nature of what all that religious doctrine is talking about. The true face of it.
何を笑う。
絵に描いたような答えだな。修道院でお勉強したのが。昔そっくり同じこと言ってた貴族が町一つ丸焼きにしてたぜ。俺が言ってんのはそんな中身すっからかんの置物みてえなクソの役にも立ちゃしねえ神様のことじゃねえよ。懺悔するだけ時間の無駄だ。悔い改める気ねえし。あんたに話したところで何一つ分かりゃしねえよ。
貴様
聖鉄佐騎士団団長であるこの私の前で天に唾するがごとき剣道の数々、よくぞ申した。もはや容赦はせぬ。体中の皮が剥がれ落ちようと必ず口を割らせてみせる。我が信仰にかけて。
Oh, go suck off a horse, Arnis. You're so beyond yourself.
そんなもん振りかざしたところで人望ってやつはついてきやしねえぜ。俺に言わせりゃあんたが崇めてるその置物と同じ。
Completely hollow. Fucking, do you want some ice for that bird, Arnis?
ファルネーゼ様、一体何事ですか。
なんでもない。
Yeah, she starts whipping him.
そのものを牢に戻せ。
And it's like, Jesus, bitch, get it together. Get your shit together, Farnese.
うちの団長。ああ見えて結構可愛いところ。
Yeah, Serpico, my boy. Serpico's my boy. Put that in your notebook. Serpico, my boy. Yeah, Puck!
助けに来たぞ、ガッツくん。ほら、この鍵で脱出
I
だ。
love you, Puck!
よし、とっとと外せ。
The best.
ありがとうは。
なんだよ。
For every little
い
thing.
ちいち。
親しき中にも礼儀あり。
てめえ、人のカバンに住み着いたからっていい気に。おい、ちょっと待てこら。ありがとうよ。
ございます、パッ
Ah, Puck, you're the
ありが
best.
とうございます。
Ah, I love it.
聞こえん
Did you? This is such. What
あ
is?
りがとうございます。パック様。
What is? It feels like the most casual. It feels like Japanese speakers wrote the English for this. It doesn't feel like someone who speaks English as a first language wrote this. You know what I mean? That's so weird.